Jack Sucks at Life challenged us to send Mr. Beast's 100 million subscriber play button into space, but with less than a week to make it happen, we had no room for error.
Alright, so basically, I've been given a very unique opportunity. Mr. Beast, one of the biggest YouTubers in the world, is allowing me to borrow his 100 million subscriber play button for about a week. And he's told me I can do whatever I want. So I want to send it into space. Now, fortunately for you guys, I do just have many 100 million subscriber play buttons just lying about. So this is PewDiePie's. And here it is.
Well, that is beautiful. There is no doubt about that.
So feel free to lift it out if you want to have a look at it.
I'm looking at the face of the tech department here as he tries to prise that clearly heavy object out. Oh my God. Is that as heavy as it looks?
Yeah. Heavier, actually.
Just, oh my God.
So this is solid, and regardless of the value, we can't take any of this material away. We can't damage it.
Drill holes into it.
I'd really rather you didn't.
I'm sure he would probably do as well. So this has got to go into space, nearly 40 kilometers above the Earth, extreme temperatures. We can't damage it.
Nope.
And Mr. Beast doesn't know you're doing this.
No, he has no idea. But he said I could do whatever I want, so I thought this would be the...
Did he do that when he told you?
He did, yeah. So I thought this would be the craziest possible thing.
Oh my word,
to
you guys weren't lying. I've never been so excited and nervous at the same time for a prospective launch.
Yeah.
It's a big question, guys, is it actually doable?
We'll find a way, won't we?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. We want to make it as smooth as possible because it's going to be a lot of pull.
Well, we can cross fingers for no wind.
I do want to make sure that we get this back in one piece, so can you tell me a bit more about
So do we,
where it lands?
So we want to predict where our balloon is going to go. We can control how fast it goes up because we know how much gas we want to put in the balloon.
Yeah.
We can control how high it's going to get because we know what diameter it will expand to before it bursts. And we know how fast it's going to come down because we've got the parachutes on board. So if we know what direction the wind is going to be blowing on the day that we launch, we can plug all of those variables into a computer system and basically create the flight path that we're going to be following.
I can't believe the distance that it travels. I assumed that it would come back roughly in the similar area, but this must be over 100 miles away.
Yeah, it depends on what the weather conditions are doing on the day that we're looking at the launch. But what we're probably going to do is have a separate launch team and a separate recovery team, maybe even multiple recovery teams who are going to be tracking this, trying to get to that launch location, just to make sure that we absolutely don't lose track of this.
That sounds great. Or just in case someone doesn't pick it up on the other end before.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the other thing. We don't want anyone to tweet about this.
I'm happy with
before
that.
we get the video out.
That sounds good.
But no, we should be on top of it very quickly.
So we just need a day that isn't too windy.
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you had any thoughts on what you're going to build around it yet?
My first thought is about stripping out as much weight as we possibly can from how we rig it up so that we get as high as we possibly can with it, because the higher we get, the better it's going to look.
Yeah.
Don't want to damage this at all.
Yeah.
That's the number one. We can't.
Definitely.
We can't damage it. So it's how do we work around it?
Even just things like, the diamond comes out, we're going to have to think about that, we can't lose Mr. Beast's diamond.
Again, just making sure we get that great visual result for us, for yourself, for Mr. Beast, and for the viewer. That's at the end of the day what we're trying to get.
Good morning, Jack. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How are you doing, Chris?
Really good, mate. Well, I say really good. I'm not without my concerns at this point. The CAA has been backed up with requests for aviation activity. Our team is working around the clock, essentially, at trying to get these clearances in place. We can't launch without. We have to have that. Secondly, I don't need to tell you it, we've got nothing but storms kicking our ass since you came to visit us. If it continues to be as aggressive a winds as we're seeing at the minute, I just can't see us getting this in the air.
And obviously we just want to make sure that it has absolutely no damage while it's up there. And I will let you know as soon as I have a clear pickup date for the play button. And then I assume it'll be about a week before they start shouting at me to give it back. Hopefully during that week there's an appropriate window.
Mate, you do all you can to get that button in your hand, because if that doesn't happen, this project doesn't even get past the first hurdle.
Yeah.
When all these things come together and converge, we've probably got 1 day to make this happen.
Right, okay. Excellent.
We can definitely do
Right,
this.
okay.
It's just a question of if our stars align and we're able to do this in the very short amount of time that we have.
Okay, so engineering team have the craft ready. Between the flight paths and the weather and Jack needing this play button back, basically boils down to we have 1 day to get this launched. We're going to go to Wales and it's going to be windy.
We knew there was going to be tight time frames, and we were hoping a lot of chips were going to fall off paper. I think it's fair to say I don't think any of them have, to be perfectly honest. The button has successfully made it into the country. Jack has that. The simulations aren't improving, they're not going to. Looking at the time we have our spaceport for, looking at the exemption clearances we'll have in place, we've got 1 day. And I know we were nervous about having 2 or 3 days. we have to accept that we know we can do it, but we have to give serious consideration as to how we get this thing in the air, because we cannot risk damage to the play button. When we release this, we are going to be doing so in a borderline storm. We are in Snowdonia, we're at a spaceport, we are in a huge hangar. When you first came to us with this challenge, I was amazed at just how heavy that was. I mean, just picking it up is like a workout. We've done our homework, everything's ready, the simulations are run, the calculations are done. Now, we need to get it in the air, but as you've seen, the conditions are awful. Fortunately, this is why we reserve these huge areas to launch from.
Yeah,
We've
which
got
looks
full-
incredible, by the way.
It does, and this is going to give us our opportunity to fill outside of the wind. So we're not going to be threatened by the wind until we are stepping outside of this hangar. At that point, we're going to have to be very careful about how we coordinate ourselves to make sure that we get that nice, tranquil release of the, I use the word tranquil, it's not going to be tranquil at all, mate. But what we want to do is make sure we don't snatch at the craft that we've designed. We don't want a camera getting pulled to a different angle. Then we've got that shot. There's no tweaking this again once it's in the air, that's it. But, what, T-minus 45 minutes now? Before you know it, we're going to get some fantastic shots of Mr. Beast Award floating above the Earth.
I just can't wait to see the reflection of his name with the Earth and space behind. It's just going to look incredible.
It's going to look fantastic. I can't wait. I'm going to need your help. Let's crack on with the fill. It's all hands on deck, mate. Let's get underway.
All right, let's go.
Let's keep that line taut at all times. As long as we've got eyes on the roof, I'm going to pull this right down. You can kind of pull us along because I'm going to have someone's hand on this. I'm going to not let go until I'm happy, but ultimately it's your call to release. We are going to slingshot though. Keep going, as far away from the building as possible. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's gone. Can't see it. I don't know. Thank God I was there pretending to hold the end.
Hi mate, how's it going?
Well, it's just starting its descent.
I think we're going to be a couple of minutes behind it, but we should be really close. Probably best if I give you an update as soon as we're hands on, yeah?
Well, we're looking. What's over there?
How is it? How's it look?
I'm currently holding one Mr. Beast play button that's been in space.
Yes! Okay. Oh my god.
Got it, man.
And it's all fine?
Everything looks great. It's, you know, the play button's perfectly intact, not even a scratch. The cam looks like everything's recorded up to space as we'd hoped, so yeah, everything looks perfect. The play button's so frosty. So frosty.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant.
Beautiful, man.
Hi, Jack. Welcome
Hello.
back, mate.
You alright?
Yeah, good.
How's the play button?
It's good. Yeah, everything's absolutely fine.
No damage at all.
No, it's absolutely fine.
Mr.
Everything
Beast
works
isn't going to
extreme-
shout at me.
No, he's not going to shout at us.
Excellent.
We're absolutely fine. Promise.
Oh my god.
So this is about 33 kilometers up, about 115,000 feet.
Wow.
So we're well into space at this point.
Oh, that looks.
There it is.
That looks absolutely beautiful. Look at the light. Look
I
how
know,
red
it's-
it goes.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it just looks so perfect with all the reflections. Oh, it's just amazing when you see the sun glide over it.
Yeah, it's good. No, we're all thrilled.
You can finally see the beautiful Baccarat crystal.
That just refracts the light absolutely beautifully. Do we want to have a look at the back as well?
I forgot about the back. Oh, this is going to look even better.
There it is.
Oh, the sun peeking through. Very nice. Lovely lens flare. It almost looks like it's transparent, doesn't it? I can't believe how well you can see all of the text.
I've got to say, I am so looking forward to seeing Mr. Beast's reaction as well.
Yeah, I know.
And he's got no idea that
He still has absolutely no clue, so I'm so excited for the video to come out. Wow, that is just incredible. Thank you so much for
Oh,
managing
it's
to pull it off.
been an absolute pleasure, mate. I'm so glad we managed to pull it off.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't believe the
it was
footage
so
much
tight.
better.
And of course,
Of course,
here's the button.
I forgot about the actual play button. It's in
There it is, safe and sound.
And you said it was okay.
Yeah, you can check it if you like.
Oh, thank God. Let me have a look. It looks good to me. Not a scratch on it. Beautiful.
There we go.
So now I just need to work out how to get it back to it.
Well, it's been one hell of a journey to get to this point, but I mean, the footage speaks for itself.
Yeah, amazing.
Thanks so much for bringing this to us, Jack. It's
No
been
problem.
a real pleasure, and thanks to all of you for watching. Check out our channel, subscribe for more incredible space
You're
content.
pretty close to 100k, aren't you?
Yes, yeah,
So
we're
will you
very
be
close.
sending your silver play button into space when you get to
I mean,
100K?
we've got to,
Yeah.
haven't we?
Oh, well, subscribe, everybody.